Could you discuss day 157 and the Gentile woman? I need help, not thinking as a Gentile that we were his second choice. So the story is in Mark chapter 7, and I'll just read a brief little bit of it to you. But immediately a woman whose little daughter was possessed by an unclean spirit heard of him and came and fell down at his feet. Now the woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to cast the demon out of the daughter. And he said to her, "Let the children first be fed, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." Oh, there's a nice little way to make friends and influence people, right? But she answered him, "Yes, Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "For this saying, you may go your way, the demon has left your daughter." And then when she went home, she found the child lying in bed, and the demon was gone. So, number one, she got what she asked for. But the way that it was worded is problematic for some people in the way that they read it, especially when they find that Jesus called this Syrophoenician Greek woman a dog. So what was a dog? Well, a dog was a very, very familiar term for a Gentile, anybody that was not of the house of God, anybody who was not an Israelite or a Jew. You're a Gentile. It's a dog. And she asks for this favor that the demon would be cast out of her daughter. And Jesus said, "Let the children first be fed, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." Now, the point of the story here is that, number one, we do know that Jesus is coming to save what? Just Israel? No. Just Gentiles? No. The whole world. He's coming to save the whole world, and his love is not any different from a Jew to a Gentile, from a man to a woman, from an Israelite to a Greek. His love is consistent. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. But what we do see here is a couple of things that are important. One is the progression of God's message going to the world. It's important to remember that Jesus came as a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi, and the first people that he influenced and he was speaking to were Jews. In fact, all of his first disciples that he chose were Jews. But the message that he gave them was that this message was to go out into all the world. And so this woman really, really kind of represents the Gentiles that are coming after. It's a progression. They're coming after Israel. And Paul even had this progression when he went out into the world. And he spoke, he always went first to the house of Israel. He spoke, and of course, he was the apostle to the Gentiles. But the point of the story is not just Jesus and his willingness to minister to everyone, but her tenacity. And I think we can learn something from it, because sometimes we feel like we are second class. And as we go to God, we go to God as we may feel outsiders, but God brings us into his family. And the woman, kind of in her asking of Jesus, we see that there is a realization that Jesus' ministry is not just for Israel, but it is for the whole world. But we also see her humility when she says that, yeah, but even the dogs eat the crumbs from the children's table, right? Which, yeah, but there's more than crumbs. They're going to get the whole Jesus. But I really like her tenacity, and I like her humility in the story. And so here is a teaching that shows that the gospel starts with Israel and then goes to the world. And it also shows the tremendous hunger of the world. But think about this in the modern setting. How many people outside of the Catholic Church might find it very difficult to get into the Catholic Church? And maybe they are crying, maybe they are reaching out, but we have this insular attitude that we're a people, we have the truth, and that people can't get in. We, like Jesus, have to have the attitude of letting everybody in. Now, I'm not saying we agree with everybody. I'm talking about just an expanded scope of influence to people from all different backgrounds. That doesn't mean that we agree with and accept all different things that people do and practices, but we certainly are open to them coming in and receiving the blessing of the Lord. If you enjoyed this video and you still have more questions about the Bible, remember to subscribe to this channel and download the free Ascension app for more Bible answers.